In this video, I will be showing you the 5 ways to run a successful AI agency in 2025. And I'm qualified to show you these things because year to date, we started on this payment processor back on June 5th of 2025. We processed a few payments before that, but we've made over $500,000 in sales just in the last 4 months alone. And that's not even including crypto, bank transfers, and we also used another platform called WAP to collect a few payments as well. So I'm going to show you guys the 5 pillars of running a successful AI agency. But first, we must understand all the models. You can do AI OnlyFans management if you wanted to. That's a wild concept, but it's out there and people do it. You could do AI content generation agencies, AI SaaS companies. But by far, the number one best AI business to start in 25 is an AI lead generation agency. That's how I've made all the money that you're seeing right here. And basically what you're doing is you're solving any service-based business's number one problems. When it comes to generating leads, you're building an AI-based lead generation system that's semi-automated. When it comes to converting those leads, so you not only generate the lead, you help convert that lead into a sales appointment by using an AI voice calling agent to automate the appointment setting, fully automated. And then when it comes to sales, you help them close more of those sales appointments, which the AI caller books, by improving their sales script using AI. So what is the first pillar? It's choosing your niche. The niche that I would go after if I'm a complete beginner is a local business. It's by far the easiest to sell to because they have high ticket sizes and they're easy to deliver. They're not hard technical people. They usually don't have a lot of pre-existing systems, which makes it super easy for everyday people like me and you just to go into their business and build out these systems. And for example, like a roofing company or an HVAC company, they're getting paid like $10,000 per job, so you can definitely charge them a lot of money up front, and we'll get into the pricing and all later. This could be home service, real estate, dental clinics, cleaning, automotive. And of course, that's not the only niche you can go after. You could go after the corporate guys like law firms, bookkeepers, accounting, SaaS companies, and they have high ticket sizes, but they're super hard to deliver to. And then you can even go after like the info product guys, the coaches, marketing agencies, consulting companies. But once again, it's just not as easy as those local service-based businesses are going to be. So now that you figured that out, how are you going to generate leads for yourself? How are you going to sell to these businesses? Well, you're going to run Facebook ads. And I know what you're thinking. Why, I don't have money for Facebook ads. Get a job. I had to. Everyone else who's successful had to. Elon Musk had a job at some point. Sometimes you just have to get a job to build cash to do things and invest into yourself and invest into your business. And that's what I had to do. So we're going to run AI generated ads using a platform called arcads.ai. Basically, all you do is you can choose from their library of hundreds of different AI actors. You choose whatever one you want to use. Once you choose them, you put in a script, wait about 10 minutes, and just like that, it'll generate a human looking and sounding AI video for you to use, or then you just run it on Facebook and Instagram and you get people to click the button, which is learn more. And once they click that button, they get sent to a super simple landing page. It looks something like this. This is actually the exact landing page I use. I just removed my information from it. So niche looking to 10x their monthly profits in 90 days. Learn how you can use our proprietary XYZ system to generate 30 to 100,000 in new sales per month, or working less than ever. Put your name and email below to get more information on this opportunity. Very simple lander right here when it says XYZ system. Just come up with a quirky name. For example, if you're helping, HVAC people, it could just be HVAC.ai system, something like that. Or then once that lead opts in, if they don't self-book themselves, we have a bunch of follow-up sequences. So we'll build an AI caller on a platform called Synflow AI. It's actually the same AI caller that we build for the businesses to help convert their leads into appointments. But we'll do it ourselves. We'll drink our own Kool-Aid, take our own medicine, and we'll build one of these AI callers. It'll reach out to a business, have a real conversation. The business owner won't even realize that it's actually AI the entire time too. So yeah, that'll happen. We'll of course do emails, SMS, text messages as well, and try to get that call booked. Where then, once that call's booked, we go into the sales call where it's broken down into 2 or 3 different phases. Number 1 is discovery phase, where you just figure out, where are they now? Where do they want to be? What's holding them back from going to where they want to be? Why do they think you can help them get to where they want to be? Just asking those pressing questions put themselves in a prime position to buy whenever they are pitched. Then you go into what I call the pillar pitch. So the pillar pitch is actually very similar to what I just showed you up here. You just break down the 3 things that you help with. You help them generate leads. You help them convert those leads into appointments, and then you help them convert those appointments into sales. You just break it down on 3 simple pillars. You don't show them 20 softwares. You don't confuse them. So many AI agencies confuse their viewers, confuse their buyers, the people on their sales calls, and that's why they don't make any money. So you don't want to confuse them, so definitely don't do that. And yeah, once you do that pitch, if they still have objections, you can show them the ROI. So we have something called an ROI calculator where we can basically ask the business owner like a bunch of questions about their business. How many sales reps do you have? On average, how many calls do they make per day, etc. And then we'll use it and put it into this calculator to show them how much money they would make or save if they just used AI instead. So stuff like that. And then after you break that all down, you should be able to collect the cash and then get them to sign that service agreement and then onboard them as your client. Now, when it comes to pricing, of course, you go through that entire sales call flow. This is actually the ROI calculator I was talking about. I put it over here. But when it comes to pricing, there's 3 different ways you can price your offer. So the first one is going to be a pay-per-close model where you charge $1,000 per sales closing because, as I explained earlier, these high-ticket local businesses, they make like $10K per deal, so they can afford to give you that. I don't recommend doing this at all, though. And the reason why is because you're going to have to front money out of your pocket before you make any money. So you're going to have to spend money to build all these systems for a business owner before you get anything in exchange. So I just don't think that's worth doing, and I wouldn't do this model. The second model is a monthly retainer model. There's nothing wrong with this model necessarily. It's where you get paid $2,500 per month plus maybe $250 for back-end fulfillment. And it's widely used, but I don't recommend it, not because it's bad, but because the upfront offer exists. Now, this offer, you get $10,000 upfront, and that includes 3 months of support. And you frame it as more of like buying the system, opposed to, a retainer model where the business is basically renting the system from you. So you frame it as like, hey, you're buying the system, it's yours for life. And if you do this, assuming you close 3 clients in a month, you could have a 70% profit margin and have $21,000 into your own pocket after all expenses, which is honestly pretty awesome. Then boom, you onboard them, and then you have to go into fulfillment. So there's 2 agency operating models. Number 1 is the one-person agency where you do service delivery on your own. So when it comes to lead generation, you're going to run ads on Facebook or Instagram for the client, same ARC ads that I was showing you guys before, and then you book appointments into the client's calendar where if a client closes a deal or they hire a closer or a salesperson to close the deals for them if they're a big enough company. Now, once you get that lead generated, but assuming they don't book into the client's calendar, you'll also build them a custom AI caller to do all the heavy lifting for them, where you'll build it on Synflow.ai, and then you'll even make it do inbound calls. So anybody who clicks on the ads, it'll immediately call them within 1 minute of them clicking on the ad and try to convert them into an appointment. It'll do outbound calls, almost like a cold caller as well. So this isn't something you're necessarily helping them with, but you're building it so it can do that for the business as well. You're going to integrate it with Go High Level and all that stuff, and then build a bunch of extra lead nurturing automations that go directly with it, like stuff through SMS or text message, stuff for email, and even no-show and cancellation revival stuff as well. Then once that appointment is booked, we're going to help them improve sales by transcribing their sales recordings into text. So you just ask the business owner, hey, can you give me 5 recent sales call recordings that you have? Then once you have that, you'll transcribe it, plug it into a platform called Claude AI. Basically what Claude AI is it's like ChatGPT, but for writing things. It's really good at writing stuff. And you just ask Claude AI, hey, analyze these sales transcripts, figure out the most common questions, figure out the most common objections, and rewrite the script from the ground up to pre-handle all of these things. Test this new script and finalize what works best. And once again, you're going to build out advanced email and SMS reminders, plus AI personalized video nurturing. So you can use AI tools like HeyGen to basically clone the business owner's face. So before the sales call even happens, they can send like a personalized video, and it makes it seem super good for the consumer, of a person buying the product. Now, after that, you also do support. So I like to do 2 weekly strategy calls, full-time support with the AI caller to make sure it always works. And they'll always have a one-on-one chat where they can talk to me or any members of my team through Discord. Now, the truth is, I don't actually recommend doing any of what I just told you. That might sound crazy, but that's because the AI arbitrage model exists. This is what I personally do. This is where I hire experts to deliver on the service. I don't go out and do it myself. I just hire people to do it. So when it comes to getting leads, I hire a VA on Upwork.com to do all the ads for me. They do the ads, put them through ArcAds, and just like that, they get booked into the sales call. When it comes to the AI appointment booking, I will hire someone on Upwork to do all of the SendFlow AI build out. So opposed to going out and learning SendFlow and being some developer, spending all this time on that, I'll just hire somebody who's way better than I could have ever been in a third world country to do it all for me. Hire them on a per hour basis, or you could just give them $1,000 per deal. That's what I personally do. So if I sell a deal for $10,000 up front, I'll give them $1,000. So basically get 10%. They'll build the AI caller, and then it'll be connected so it actually works. And then when it comes to the Claude AI sales closing help stuff, once again, you just hire a VA, get a generalized virtual assistant off Upwork, teach them how to do it. It takes 5 minutes to do it. And then just like that, they'll be able to do all of that script testing for you, so then you're not worried about it. So yeah, guys, that's how I built a successful AI agency. It's very simple. This is the pitch that we like to do. So this is actually the exact pillar pitch that you can use. You guys can look at it and copy and paste it. This is how I describe it on a sales call. But if you guys want to get the most out of the next digital revolution, which is the AI revolution, and I know I mentioned it a few times throughout this video, but I do run a private AI agency mastermind. Inside of this mastermind, you literally get one-on-one coaching from me, the guy who makes $500,000 in 4 months with 70% profit margins, where you basically get my personal phone number. You can text me whenever you have questions. I do 5 weekly Zoom calls. You can hop on and ask me any questions that you want. You get all my templates and systems to acquire clients, and you get all my templates and systems to fulfill for those clients and make them happy clients who pay you for life. So if that is even 1% interesting to you, click the top and only link in the description of this video to book a one-on-one game plan call, either with me personally or my business partner if I can't make it. We'll, number one, hop on and give you a bit of a game plan to start your own AI agency, but more importantly, see if we feel like you're a fit for my private mastermind. If that is the case, I'll extend you an invitation. So that said, guys, if you're even 1% interested, click that link in the description, book your game plan call, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.